Yeah, how did I feel when we started the band? It was definitely, well, I'm such an introvert, and it was definitely one of those things that I knew it, like God had asked me to do it, like I knew it was like my calling, but it was the hardest, one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life.
I was not for it. I had my dreams for my life, and I got heavily involved in theater early on, and I knew I was going to go to Broadway. Like, I knew it.
I was so excited to always be in a band. Like I was so young when we started this. I was 17 years old when we got signed, and we were doing music. I think I was like 14 when I started playing the drums, and it was just, I don't know, I was so excited about it. Like I was 100% like, this is my first job, this is what I'm gonna do with my life, and I was just really excited.
By the time I was 18, I was younger than that. I was ready to move to New York, and I had all that planned out. And when God began to reveal that it was music, through a whole turn of events in my life, God began to reveal that He had a different plan for me, and that Broadway was never going to be it for me.
We each had our, the things that we wanted to do and the desires we had in our heart, and mine involved being as far away from stage as possible.
It was a really hard moment in my life, because it was like, I don't want to do this, like, I want to go to Broadway. What are you talking about? I didn't really care at that time what His calling was for me.
I was so nervous because it's not, one, we were a girl band. There wasn't a lot of really any girl bands, all girl bands. And me being a drummer in particular, I was really nervous because drumming is a man's world, really. And so there was a lot of insecurity there, but I think it was just, there's the insecurity, but the excitement too. So I was excited about it.
Yeah, definitely not what any of us had planned to do.
My knee-jerk reaction in the beginning was absolutely no, never. And that's what I love about God. He's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, 10 years. I can't believe it's been that long.
I definitely think there's more of a security in it now, because I think, I was nervous, a lot of it, and I was so young and still finding out who I was and what I liked and what I didn't like, and, even musically, just more security in that.
It took a few years, it really did, to really embrace what God had for me, because there was still always this thing of like, yeah, this is for now, but I'm going to go back to Broadway. There was still that feeling.
I have learned so much in this journey, and I've learned a lot about grace, and I've learned a lot about doing the hard things and doing things that God's calling you to do, and how to find joy in those moments.
There's just definitely more of a confidence. I think it took a while. There was a long journey. It was a 10-year journey of finding that confidence, but I think definitely there.
Now, I can honestly say I sit, in a Broadway show, and there's nothing there anymore. It's completely gone. It would take a lot to ever want to go back there again, but that desire is totally gone.
There's definitely still insecurity. When we play with, bigger bands or bands that I love, there's that insecurity, like, oh my gosh, I'm insecure about drumming or being on stage or whatever, but I love it.
The fun of it, the best part of it was actually doing it with my sisters, and then just experiencing things and going new places, and realizing that even the songs that we had written, just the three of us together, that we just thought would be for ourselves or for our family, that people started, to connect with those songs. And to me, that was like, okay, God, like, this is bigger than I could have ever imagined.
I get so excited to go out and minister. I get so excited to go out and play a concert and to see what God does. I always thought that I would never feel fulfilled in this journey, that I was going to always feel like I'm just doing it because of obedience. I always had this feeling of like, I'm doing it, but I'll never get anything out of it. And probably within the last 3 years, I've never felt so satisfied and fulfilled. And I found my place.
I wouldn't trade the last 10 years for anything. I've grown so much as a person, and I'm looking forward to what the next 10 years are going to bring, and how we're going to grow as sisters, and who we are, and what we're called to be. So
I definitely feel like my journey is just beginning too, So it is night and day different from the beginning till now.